back to my channel. It's me, BrittanyBearMakeup here. If you guys are new to my channel, then you're gonna like today's video because it's informative and it's really gonna help step up your foundation game. Many of us struggle with having cakey foundation or just having it not look the way we want it to. I promise you, guarantee you actually, that in today's video you are gonna find some new tricks and tips that are really gonna step up your game and make you have a beautiful, perfect application. So hit that subscribe button right now, guys. Turn on that post notifications and keep on watching as I show you guys how to avoid cakey foundation.
You are now rocking with
Brittany, bitch.
Let's go ahead and start with our base. So we all know that good makeup always starts with a good foundation. And so what I do in order to have the most smooth, baby soft skin is I like to use my St. Ives Fresh Skin Apricot Scrub. I like to at least once a week exfoliate my skin and take away any dead skin cells that I have, any buildup of makeup or blackheads. So find yourself an exfoliator and make sure you exfoliate your skin. So now that I've showed you my exfoliator for my skin, I wanted to talk about lotions and how I prep my skin. These are the two face lotions that I use on myself. One of them is what I use before I put on makeup, and one of them is what I use at night. Now I want to show you guys the difference. So I use Image Skincare. It has SPF in it, which is really important, guys. You know, you don't want to get burned by the sun and have sunspots. I am going to show you just what a little drop of this looks. It's very creamy on the skin. You can see that it's very blendable. So I'm actually going to apply this on my face right now. It honestly is just so amazing. Like, it makes my makeup last and it just makes it sit on my face so beautifully. So this is what I use before I put on my foundation. Now I want to show you the difference between a thicker type of cream and why it's so important that you use something like this rather than this. I typically use this one at night because I like to lather it on my face, really get that moisture overnight. And this one right here is just way thicker. It's going to almost feel like you're applying body butter on your skin. Adding thickness to your routine prior to even putting on foundation, you're just building layers on top of layers and it's not going to be pretty. You are definitely going to notice that your makeup is going to feel sticky and heavy, and that's what we're trying to avoid in this video. I want to get into primers. So if you are a person who struggles with dry skin, maybe you have a lot of texture in your skin, you are going to want to find a primer that's not only hydrating to your face, but you're also going to want to find a primer that's going to fill in that texture and almost create a barrier between the foundation and the primer. And these are the two primers that I am obsessed with. I use these on people when I do their makeup and they have texture. I use it on myself and I just noticed that these two primers give me the most beautiful application. Now, one of the main reasons why is that they are silicone based. So the first one I have is a POREfessional, and this one is from Benefit. And then I have this one, which is the Shape Tape Pore Prime Balm. This one is from Tarte. And I'm gonna go ahead today and I'm actually gonna take my POREfessional. I haven't used it in a while, but it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go into all the areas I have a little bit more texture. So technically, it's under my eyes where I have some aging, my laugh lines where I see that there's, you know, some wrinkles. On my chin, I tend to actually really get a lot of dry patches on my chin as well. And what's crazy is that when you apply this primer, you actually notice how it mattifies your skin because it's adding that layer and that barrier to your face, and it's just making it feel like velvety smooth. So my upper forehead as well, I tend to notice that this is one of the main places people see texture, but it's because we have a lot of baby hairs going on. You see a lot of dry, dead skin. So this is one of the areas I really like to focus the product on to just kind of smooth all that out. It's time to talk about foundations. Foundations are one of those products that is pretty much the star of your makeup. If you don't have a good foundation, you have nothing to build off of. The foundation that I'm really obsessed with right now, because I feel like it's so buildable and beautiful on the skin, is my MORPHE Fluidity foundation. If you are someone who has a lot of texture in your face and you want to go for a full coverage foundation, that is absolutely okay, but I highly recommend that you build on it. So find something in that middle ground and build the layers so that you're not putting too much makeup on at once, because that is what's going to create that cakiness. That is what's going to accentuate or enhance that texture in your skin. Now, if you're someone who likes sheer foundation and you have a lot of texture, understand that no matter what, you are not going to be able to cover that texture with a sheer foundation. You want to go for something a little bit heavier. So it's just finding that perfect foundation that's going to work for you, build with you, and just look amazing. For today, I'm going to use the Fluidity. and I typically like to use a beauty blender. If you use a beauty blender and you do not wet your beauty blender, that is already the biggest mistake of you having cakey foundation. If it's dry, all you're doing is applying foundation on and taking the foundation off. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply a pea-sized amount to my face, or to my hand, and I'm gonna begin patting this into my skin. So just gently tapping it in. I'm not dragging the foundation. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm lightly and gently just brushing it into my face. Now you guys can see from this that this foundation does have coverage. However, it's not the type of coverage that's leaving a thick, almost, you know, that uncomfortable feeling when you have makeup on. So as you guys can see, this foundation looks so pretty on this skin. You're not noticing any buildup. So if you wanted a light layer, all you have to do is apply that little bit of foundation in order to build it up to what you ideally want. The next thing is to talk about how we set our foundation, because this is one of the key factors in what people do wrong, and that's what creates that cakiness. A lot of times we worry about being blotchy or having too much makeup on our face, but there is a right way to wear a lot of makeup. And what I mean by that is you want to find a good translucent powder that is finely milled. So anytime you're using thicker particles of powder, it's going to sit in any pores. It's going to enhance all those imperfections. So you want to go for a setting powder that's going to be finely milled and finely crushed to create that flawless finish. One of the ones that I recently have discovered, and this is the Peach Perfect Too Faced Setting Powder. So not only does it smell amazing, but this one does not set in your skin. It does not sit on top of your skin. And I love it because there's no flashback from it. It just feels amazing, it smells amazing, and it looks amazing. So what I like to do is I like to take the powder and I like to gently press it on all the areas that I want to set on my face. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now this is typically how we teach people to bake. And although it does work and it's amazing technique, if you buff, you're gonna get more of that natural finish. So I like to just press it in and blend it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do this all over my face in order to basically set my whole face from any moisture. Alright, Bear Fam, so I went off camera and I finished off the rest of my makeup, and as you guys can see, here is the final matte finish of my makeup. The last and final thing we are going to talk about today is going to be the game changer in having powdery, cakey, blotchy makeup. So I love a good setting spray. This is from Morphe. So the reason why I love this Morphe setting spray is that everything is so even. It just gives the most perfect, flawless, all around setting application. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face right now. Give it a couple sprays. I'm gonna go ahead and lather another coat. And this is what's gonna make the makeup just look amazing. You are gonna see how it melts into the skin and how there's no patchiness, there's no flakiness. It's just going to look gorgeous. So as you guys can see, now that I've applied the setting spray, my skin looks like skin again. And that is why I believe that setting spray is the most game-changing tip out of all these tips that is going to help you get the best application of foundation. So with that being said, guys, this pretty much closes out today's video. I hope you guys learned some new things or new steps that you can add to your routine if you are struggling with getting that cakey foundation. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I do want to give my post notification shout out to my girl, Lacey Gales. Thank you so much for having your post notifications on, and girl, I have seen you since day one, so I really appreciate you. If you guys want a post notification shout out, all you guys have to do is comment below and let me know when done. Thank you guys once again for watching today's tutorial. I really hope you found it informative, and you already know, guys, hit the subscribe button, and I will see all of my bear family in the next video. Bye, guys.